I don't want to pay for a house, then have to pay taxes every month just to live in that house on land that originally was free. Literally, all the land on this world was free for everyone to have and everyone to walk around in. And yeah, there could have been property ownership, but it wasn't strict in the way it is now, where it's like, oh, if you're on my property, I can shoot you down and kill you. Oh, if you're on my property, I can officially kick you out. It doesn't matter if you were an animal. It doesn't matter if you are a plant. It doesn't matter if you are a rock. It doesn't matter if you are even a person. Like, it used to be that people lived with nature out in the open, and we didn't really have houses. We more like made nests, like how birds do. And it was pretty simple. It was pretty good. It was easy. And that was the majority of people, I'd say. And now we have it where, oh, we gotta own this property, and if anyone's trying to get up on our property, they are pests, they are vermin, and let's shoot them down and make sure that they can never live to see the sun. Like, it's not nice. It's not a cool idea, and it's also just crazy ownership, crazy power, crazy control over people, and anything really to where this wasn't in existence. Like, we are living in 1% of our human history. We are living in like 5% of our human history. 95% of it was sustainable. 95% of it was egalitarian. 95% of our ancestors were full of love, light, kindness, connected with the world, and not trying to take from people. From our friends in nature, or from our fellow people who are around us. And that's why they ended up being called savages, because they didn't agree with the certain conditions of an agriculture, farming-based society. Because once you shift from hunting and gathering, not working a lot, to agriculture, now you are messing up every single body. You are inviting yourself to disease. You are inviting war. You are messing up children, inviting them to, again, do a lot of killing, do a lot of fighting. And I'm tired of it. And that's what I have to say. Like, I don't really have these goals that we are supposed to have. Like, my goal is to, again, be without ownership. Like, we shouldn't be owning houses and land. This land was never ours. And that doesn't mean that you can't live here, but that also means you just can't force people and say that this is my property and nobody else can live here, because it was always land was shared, and land was, yeah, it can be mine, but yeah, other people can walk on it, other animals can live on it. Other things can be here and grow here. I'm not gonna be picky and start being angry, getting rid of people that were already here. Like, it was such a different relationship with the earth than we know it today. And it was an easier way of relating to the earth, and people still were able to travel. People were still able to get what they need and nothing more. And they felt happy and content, and children were raised up to have creativity, to be engaged in their community, whereas now we have kids that are withdrawn and not able to play because, oh, you're trying to run around and enjoy life and be connected. Nope, sit down, do a worksheet, and hands on the ground, hands on the desk, walk in a straight line. Only focus on me, the teacher. Oh, there was somebody yelling outside. Nope, you're not allowed to focus on them. Oh, something happened out the window. You're not allowed to look out the window. Only at me. Like, I remember being in school and it was like this. And the only good ones were the ones who were really quiet, not even talking in class, not really being social. Like me, because I was really quiet. But people were like, you're the best student. I wish all my students would just not talk, do their work, and shut the fuck up. And it's like, that shouldn't be the way. You should want to be engaged. You should want to do more than just sit and do a worksheet and just copy and memorize. But that's not how society wants things to be, because we have to learn how to follow orders and be good workers and know that punishment exists. Like, remember, schools used to be able to beat children, and then they would call parents in to beat their children. So you get beat at school, then you come back home to get beat again. Very scary. And times still haven't really changed. Like, kids hate report card season because of what their parents will do. And it's like, you don't even control what goes into the school system. You don't even know if that teacher is teaching your child well or just being disagreeable. Yet you're gonna just say, oh, the teacher's always right, and if you're stupid, then that's because you're actually stupid and I have to beat it out of you. Like, I hate this. But anyway, my point is, I dream of a better society. I have better goals for the world to be living in, and I cannot relinquish my high standards, because we can do better and we can be better and we have been better. And as much as I say we can do better, I also acknowledge that the way our society is set up, the system don't want to change. The system is working exactly how it's supposed to, and it doesn't want to change. And that's what makes it hard to live here, because it's like you are forced to be in this system that doesn't work. Like, it doesn't work for me, but it works for the people who made it, but it doesn't work for me. Okay, so I want to add, a lot of people are working to the point that they're stressed and they're too exhausted to even watch videos, read books, even take time to listen to a podcast that's about the system, inequality, that's about change. A lot of people cannot even engage in making a change happen, because all they can do is just work for money, and it takes their mind, and they can't do anything else but focus on, how am I going to make this money, how am I going to increase my income, what am I going to do, what am I going to do. And that's why, as much as I like when people talk about capitalism, as much as I like when people talk about racism, oppression, and all that, it doesn't matter, because the people who need to hear it, odds are, will never hear it. One reason is because they're too overworked and tired, and then another reason is the fact that YouTube and other social media platforms, they don't push it. And when they do push it out there, it's going to someone who makes money by talking about problems, but they never really care about fixing them or having their followers come together and maybe donating money to each other, like, directly. A lot of people are so caught up into thinking, oh, I can never accept a handout, I can never accept help, it's better to work my life away, it's better to not be lazy, and this system is working. It may not be working for me right now, but I just gotta stick with it. And people are also echoing these ideas to the point that it makes me feel like, oh wow, change is never gonna come. And it won't show up, it will not show up in the system. And that's why I want to say, you can change, and you can change yourself and change your own mindset. And even as you go into a job that you don't like, you can always remember that this job doesn't make me, I make the job, you know? Like, your wealth is immense. Like, you are powerful, you are talented, you are amazing, you are everything good. And don't forget that within yourself. Like, you deserve the world. You shouldn't even have to work. And I think knowing that, it could help you get through the day, honestly. It could remind you to find more moments where you take time for yourself and you're not pushing yourself beyond your limits. And let's say you still are forced, like, on your job to work, then at 7 a.m. go to another job and work to then 5 p.m. and then you have like 4 hours to sleep, then wake up at 9 p.m. and then go back to work again. Honestly, guys, just remember that you are still worth so much more, and don't ever get down on yourself being like, oh, well, I'm the reason that I'm in this situation, I'm so stupid. Don't ever let that thought go into your head to make you feel worse. No, like, Some people are honestly in this world and making you work for them and making you dependent on an income, taking away your parents' whole guidance, taking away parents from you because your parents have to work, making your parents stressed out to the point they can't care for you, making you have to fend for yourself, and then next thing you know, 50 years later, you're still working and it's not your fault. I want to say it's very easy to think, oh, I just want to work to survive. If my job only made $20 an hour, I would be so happy. If my job even made $30 an hour, I would be so happy. That's all I want. No, keep your standards higher than that. Keep your goals higher than that. Have a house without even paying for it. Have land without even having to pay for it, have the ability to travel to other countries and not need a passport, like have things just given to you, just like how it was when we were hunter-gatherers in our 95% of human history. Have all the riches of the world in your hands because you are producing for this planet to even exist as it is, like for Earth as we know it, for civilization, America as we know it, for whatever country you're in as we know it. You are top of the line and you only see like $2 of the wealth. There is so much more you should be asking for than $20. So remember that, and even as you like strive to have a better job and look for better opportunities, remember that this shit shouldn't even be existing in the first place, which is what I hold on to, like these two ideas of like, yeah, I do want to at least survive and have better things and not have to worry. And I also want to remember that I shouldn't be fucking struggling to survive and have better things. Like, this shit should be given to me because I'm born here on this fucking planet, just like it was for every animal on this earth, for every living thing on this earth, for like millions and millions of years. Because this planet wasn't just made for humans, it was made for all these other animals too. And they weren't out here trying to work to survive. They weren't out here trying to kill things just to like grab up more resources, own oceans, own islands, and own lands, and take it like, and then see what can I manipulate and turn into something better, because this is trash on its own. Like, they respected the earth, loved the earth, and felt connected with it. And that's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say on that. And then I want to say, yeah, I do struggle with that because I see people who want to be landlords and who think, oh, this is the way out. Or people who are like, I will buy this, then sell it for a profit and keep poor people from accessing this thing, right? Like, whatever it is, like land, making food, making drinks, making websites, like different things, articles, YouTube, Patreons, like whatever people will put up and sell for money and then basically be a barrier to poor people who ain't got the money. Insurance, selling real estate. It's like, you can't really help poor people when you are literally putting a price tag on a service. Like, the only way to really help people is to do it for free. But even then, people won't accept it because they're like, oh, but it's free, and that must mean it's bad, or it's free, and I feel bad for not paying you and having you do something for free. Like, there's this guilt there that needs to be unlearned. But back to it. It does strike me odd whenever people are like, yeah, if I'm a landlord, that's the key to the world. If I do computer science and get that degree, that's the key to getting rich. If I do maths and sciences and go to college for something along those lines, like physics, or become a doctor, only for the money though, not because I want to help people, that'll be my ticket out. And it's like, no, it's not. You should ask for more. You should ask for the whole damn world to be free to you. Just like how it is for actual rich and powerful people. Like, but anyway, guys, thanks for listening. Bye.